We now welcome the 5th overall pick in last year's draft, Aaron Fox. Welcome back. Hey. A return jump hanger-outer. Very good. Since heading into the off-season, you have been busy. It's not like you have been just sitting around. Have you been watching basketball or playing basketball more?
Both. I mean, I've been in the gym. I try to get my work done early. And then in the afternoon, I do whatever I want. And I've watched just about every playoff game.
Really? So you're not one of these guys who doesn't want to see it after the season? You want to soak it up and learn?
Not yet. I'm not one of those guys. Last year, though, when we lost in the tournament, I didn't watch a second of the Final Four or the championship. So I'm definitely one of those guys, but, you know, I'm new to the NBA, so I'm still just kind of, I'm still learning. All
right. Well, the real question we got you on here to ask is, what have you learned from Vince Carter since Tracy also, not only, you're not Vince's cousin like Tracy is, but former teammate, now former teammate. Tell me what current teammate. Tell me what you learned from Vince.
I mean, the biggest thing is just taking care of your body. You know, man, Vince in practice can play. You know, he can still play, you know, at 41 years old. And just one thing, he's the first guy in shoot around. He's all-around professional.
He's twice your age. Like, literally actually twice your age.
Wow.
More, actually. Look at that. Look at that. See, now, a little bit different. Now, Tracy, I was going to ask you guys to swap Vince Carter stories, but you told me right before Darren came on I should ask what he did what?
Yeah,
what am I supposed to
ask him what he do before he went off to Kentucky.
So right before I went to school, I went to his house, and he worked me out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that. How did that even get set up? And what was your reaction when someone's like, oh, yeah, Tracy McGrady is going to come help you out?
Well, one, somehow everyone knows my dad. I don't know how. Everyone knows my dad. But, you know, he hooked it up. He was like, you know, do you want to go work out with T-Mac tomorrow? Like, well, I'm not about to pass up this opportunity. So, I mean, we went over. It was our first time meeting, and it was great. You know, he put me through some drills, and other than that, you know, we just talked. You know, it was just, I mean, it was fantastic for me, especially right before going to college.
I'm out here now.
I understand. You help the people.
Yeah.
So he offered the other day to help Andrew Wiggins. You know, you feel that Wiggins should take him up on that?
That's
yeah,
great.
Yeah, definitely.
So I got a question to ask you. This is your first year in the league. Who was your toughest opponent?
Ooh, that's a good
this year that really just went at you?
My toughest matchup was Damian Lillard.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
He had 50 on us in 29 minutes.
Wow.
And he was mad that they sat him in the
fourth
quarter.
Yeah, they sat him the whole fourth quarter.
That was right after CJ had 50 in like 30
Yeah, it was the same stretch.
Yeah, so Damian, we played him 4 times, so Damian was definitely my toughest matchup.
Who do you think is the Rookie of the Year? Because that has been the huge question. Now, LeBron came out, by the way, the other night and said he thinks your draft class is the best draft class since his draft class in 2003. But Ben Simmons versus Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, who do you got?
Do I have to pick one?
Yes, you do. I had to pick one. I had to vote.
You don't have to.
I saw a tie.
There you go.
I saw a tie
That is
before.
not how it
That's
works.
how I stand.
Wait, you saw a tie before? How about now?
No, I mean because of the Jason Kidd and Grant Hill.
Yeah, but that, okay, so
Right,
it used to be, again, I'm just going to keep saying this till I get hoarse.
Hey.
It used to be everyone just had one vote, so it was much easier to get a tie. Now you have to vote 1, 2, 3, so everybody gets points. It's not going to be a tie. You have to vote for
from
one.
how you feel.
I think
Any way possible it could be a tie?
So there's no way it could be a tie.
It is statistically possible, but it is highly unlikely with the way they now do the voting.
I don't think it's highly unlikely.
If you have to vote, put your money where your mouth is and vote.
You got to do half.
You're telling me that I was man enough to vote and none of the 3 of you are?
But it's like we feel strongly that it should be a tie.
Oh, man.
All right, but if I had to pick one.
Oh, there we go.
We see a tie.
All right, if I had to pick one, I would have to say Donovan.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Is that based on what you saw in the postseason or regular season?
It's regular season. I mean, he averaged 20 plus. The way that they
him.
started. Yeah, we played him. I mean, Ben is an exceptional talent. You know what he was able to do for that team, and where they went from last year to this year. He's able to do everything, but I don't know. Donovan puts the ball in the basket, and that team looks at Donovan to give them that spark. Like last night. I mean, I'm not even this is the playoffs, and I'm not talking about that.
Yeah,
but
right.
That's a good point.
That team looks at Donovan, at 21
And that's
years
what
old.
a lot of people don't see or didn't get a chance to see in the regular season because Utah is not on
TV. Yeah.
Well, I'm interested to see how the voting turns out because some of us had to actually vote, unlike the 2 of you over there at the end of the table. I know that you're great about learning from vets. You talked about Vince Carter. You're wearing the Boogie Cousins gear, which makes me so happy because, again, I am Team Boogie. But you're sitting next to 2 Hall of Famers. Take this opportunity. Ask them something. What do you want to ask them?
Well, for Scotty, it was just, how was it playing in that era. You know, everyone talks about, you know, the different eras you played in, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, but, you know, you were early 80s and.
Yeah, well, my era was different. I think the game was a lot more physical and
Slower.
Of course, yeah, definitely slower. It was more of a half-court game. The officiating was a lot differently, but I like the style that you guys play now. It's more of an open game. I think that it's more enjoyable. It's more fun for all the guys out on the court. Looking back at when I played in the 90s and even back in the late 80s, it was more of a half-court game, a lot of play calling from the coaches on the sideline. So the game was more handled by your coach. Yeah, more controlled
now you
by
do see, like,
the sidelines.
like
and
even
now
our
you
coach-
guys are just up and down. It just looks more fun and exciting.
Yeah, I think coaches gave a lot of guards the freedom. You know, even this year when Coach Yeager was making me learn, you know, he wouldn't say anything. He would let me run the team, and even in fourth quarters he would let me do it. So it was a learning curve, but I think, you know, a lot of players, especially guards, you know, you have to be smart, you know, at this point to run.
Trial and error, baby.
There you
Yeah,
go. Well, I know you know where he lives, so you can go ask him questions
Yeah, man, you
one-on-one
got a
in the
bright
gym
future.
afterward. Thanks for coming back.
He lives out here
I know it.
in L.A. now.
No. I own a residence in Houston, Texas.
There we go.
Yeah.
See, there we
Still a
go.
Houston kid.
You own a residence here on the Jump Set because you're welcome back anytime. We love having you back. Come back and visit more. Thank you to him for joining us.